कमांडिंग ऑफिसर जो है वो तकरीबन 1000 लोगों की एक बटालियन को कमांड करता है। और हमें ट्रेनिंग में ये बताया जाता था कि अगर आपने अपनी पलटन को कमांड कर लिया तो आपने मतलब आपको मोक्ष की प्राप्ति हो गई। मतलब आपका यू शुड एस्पायर टू कमांड,
गंगा वैतरणी पार कर ली है एंड यू आर इन, यस सर,
you should aspire to command your Paltan. That is what we were told in the academy, in National Defense Academy and Indian Military Academy.
Yes. And I was fortunate to have commanded my own unit, जिसमें मैं commission was, so that is again a privilege to having to command your own battalions.
So AD, I think थोड़ी सी glimpses दिखा देते हैं through the pictures, है ना? कहते हैं कि एक picture जो है वो 1000 words के बराबर होती है ना? तो just 1 minute we will take and we'll show you some pictures.
Okay, sir, this picture is when I was a cadet myself and we are in 10 para commandos, their battalion headquarter location. The officer who is standing on the extreme left of the screen, he has 2 steel rods in his hand, and we are looking for role models. A lot of people I find on Instagram and Twitter, they want to join para commandos. This gentleman gave us a demo. He must be your coursemate or a course senior to you. And जिस हाथ में रॉड पड़ी है उससे उसने हमें 100 पुशअप्स करके दिखाए. He says, anybody I want to challenge. There is one Captain Thakur in between. His leg, when they were doing free fall, Thakur sir ki leg was pulled out by the string of the parachute, and he was in the hospital for 6 months. And he challenged us for a run and beat us all. So that kind of physical
motivation
and mental toughness
and commitment
is required. So this was, I think, there's a very memorable picture in my album, sir. We can go to the next picture. Now, when we were doing camel safari, there's a BSF camel sitting behind. This is the place where during 1971 war, 10 Indian soldiers laid down their lives, and their names are inscribed on the plaque, which is put in the middle of nowhere. So you realize how huge and how big is our army, and what are the sacrifices made by your own soldiers. So I think I hold these 2 pictures very close to my heart. Whenever I find myself looking for motivation, I see these pictures and say, yes, I have something to look forward to. There are unknown soldiers who have died in the line of duty. Their names are even not known to the country, but that is how Indian Armed Forces are.
मैं यहाँ पे ये भी बताना चाहूँगा, AD, for the benefit of everybody, कि ये जो पीछे जो म्यूल बैठा है, जो कैमल बैठा है,
सर,
BSF का, तो आर्म फोर्सेस में जो इवन जो एनिमल्स हैं, चाहे वो एक म्यूल हो या डॉग हो, उसको भी एक सोल्जर की तरह ट्रीट किया जाता है. उसका भी एक आइडेंटिफिकेशन होता है और उसकी भी एक रिटायरमेंट होती है. उसको भी मेडल्स मिलते हैं.
Siachen में one of the dogs, he got Sena medal, sir. In Manipur, one of the dogs battalion, he got Army Chief's commendation, sir.
तो यही मैं चीज बताना चाहता था कि आर्मी जो है वो एक इट्स नॉट अ करियर. आर्मी या एयरफोर्स या नेवी जो है, आर्म फोर्सेस जो हैं, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर इवन BSF एंड पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस, ये एक सोच है. ये एक जिंदगी जीने का एक अलग तरीका है. तो जहां पे मतलब जो भी आपके साथी हैं, चाहे वो एक डॉग हो या म्यूल हो या कैमल हो, उसको भी जो है उतना ही इज्जत सम्मान दिया जाता है.
Now these are the photographs that I got recently from Indian Military Academy. So this is called a cooperation run, or they have come up with some exercise where all GCs now they learn to live together and exercise together and face the life together.
You know, AD जब NDA ज्वाइन किया था, तो जब वो बार्बर शॉप के जाते ही, जब बार्बर शॉप के बाहर वो लाइन लगी, और उसके बाद जब वहां से बाहर निकले, बार्बर शॉप से जब बाहर निकले, तो पहली बारी तो ऐसे लगा कि कहीं गलत तो नहीं हो गया डिसीजन.
सर, मैंने एनडीए 15 डेज लेट ज्वाइन किया. एनडीए विंग जब मैं पहुंचा तो मुझे लगा मेरे बहुत सारे 2-3 क्लासमेट्स हैं, 2-3 दोस्त हैं जो एसएसबी में अपने साथ थे. सब तरफ बॉइल्ड एग्स घूम रहे हैं, गंजे घूम रहे हैं, एंड आई हैड डिफिकल्ट टाइम टू एक्चुअली फाइंड कि हु इज हु. यू ऑल ऑफ देम स्टार्ट लुकिंग अलाइक, एंड इट वाज अ रियल शॉक. एज यू सेड कि कई लोग कह रहे थे यार गलत डिसीजन हो गया. सम पीपल यूज्ड टू फ्लॉन्ट देयर हेयर एंड ऑल दैट. अभी भी जब मेरे को लोग मिलते हैं सिविल स्ट्रीट में, लोग पोनी बना के घूम रहे कर रहे हैं. सो आई टेल this is how your life is. You're hanging between nowhere. but there's too much of stress on physical fitness. Reason is your terrain and the enemy and the weather and the conditions that your soldiers are deployed, they are very unforgiving. So if we
Sorry for
don't
all
produce
the
the best, yes, sir.
sorry, AD. I just wanted to comment on this पिक्चर,
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि इसमें सारे जो हैं वो बॉयज हैं, कैडेट्स हैं,
Sir.
और वुमेन कैडेट्स, लेडी कैडेट्स नहीं है, इसलिए क्योंकि उस वक्त ये नहीं होती थी.
अभी ये सर आईएमए की फोटो है. आईएमए में अभी भी लेडी कैडेट्स नहीं है. दे गो टू ओटीए सर.
या दे गो टू ओटीए, राइट,
Yes.
ओके. तो इसलिए मतलब जो हमारे लेडी या फीमेल ऑडियंस है वो ये ना
Sir.
सोचे कि हमने सारी फोटोज जो है वो बॉयज के लिए हैं. Our army, our armed forces are very progressive, and women entry is started in all.
It's only a matter of
resources.
time, because now the women, the girls are going to join NDA.
Yeah,
From NDA, the natural step for the army cadets is to come to IMA, and I'm sure those ex-NDA girls will come to IMA and not go to OTA. So that is one thought that must be in the mind of everybody. And I also feel that they should come to IMA and they will be getting permanent commission. So this photograph I like, because we believe in the concept of scholar warrior, and most of the students that I meet nowadays, they are not reading, they are not upgrading themselves. So I want to say, and IMA का अगर आप motto देखेंगे, it is called वीरता और विवेक.
Yeah.
Lot of wisdom, worldly wisdom is required, and I would like to appeal to all those who have logged in for this session that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please do not leave the habit of reading. And reading makes you very, very wise. And वीरता और विवेक, वीरता तो हम लोग कर सकते हैं, विवेक आपने अपना इस्तेमाल करना है. So this is the motto of IMA, and I feel that we should leave the audience with some lessons that you should start reading newspapers, and you should read one book in 3 months or 4 months. You should read 4 to 5 books in a year. That is a very reasonable and doable target.
Yeah, wisdom comes through reading, and that wisdom you cannot gain from anywhere else.
Right. Similarly, these are the photographs from IMA. So the Army and the Navy and the Air Force, they are very, very modern equipment is there, and everything is based on computers. Everything is based on AI, and there are machines which are taking decision on your behalf. But it is the man behind the machine that matters. So you have to technically keep yourself abreast with what is happening in the world. So what you see in the civil, this thing. So now drones have come in. Now 5G technology is coming in. Machine learning is coming in, and it is only a matter of time that armed forces get integrated with the technological advancement in the country, and most modern and very deadly equipment you are operating. So one thought I wanted to leave you was with about reading. And second is, please keep yourself technically upgraded.
And ladies and gentlemen, as AD brought out, Army, Navy and Air Force जो है वो जितनी भी वर्ल्ड में टेक्नोलॉजी आती है उसकी शुरुआत कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी डिफेंस फोर्स के थ्रू ही होती है. चाहे वो आपके रेडी टू ईट मील्स हो या आपकी कम्युनिकेशन हो, उस सब की जो बुनियाद है वो चाहे आपकी ये
even the internet is DARPANET or ARPANET. It was started by the US military. DARPANET. Then yes sir.
So even your gated societies, इसका कंसेप्ट, ये सब कंसेप्ट्स जो हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं डिफेंस फोर्सेस से जुड़े हुए हैं. डिफेंस फोर्सेस में शुरुआत होती है एक अच्छे कंसेप्ट की, और उसको बिल्ड करते करते देन इट इज जो है it's deployed in the army, the same model in the civil life.
Entire
also.
Management theories and entire supply chain and logistics, the business world has taken the lessons from the armed forces, and they have devised their own systems and processes.
So point we are trying to bring out is that you will get enough opportunities to showcase your skills and to learn new things. So we will just run through it. I think
this photograph is, you have to be on ground. Ultimately, whatever you learn, you have to apply it on the ground. So the military training is say 35 to 40% is in the classroom, and rest 65 to 70% is on the ground. So you connect with the nature. This is after the speed march of around 30 kilometers. You see everybody smiling. So the lesson that I would like to leave here is, learn to enjoy. Life will keep giving you lemons. You have to add vodka and enjoy the drink. So Army will give you one lemon every day, so you have to make the juice up to your choice.
And this is how the classes take place in army.
This is the picture of jungle one-day jungle camp we have in the IMA, and there for the first time I had snake pakoda.
Yeah,
and
I
when
also
I went
remember.
for commando course, one day our lunch was a snake. So me and my buddy had a python to eat. So that is army. That's why in the beginning I said army is not the beaten path. It is entire thing is different, and what you don't come across. So this is the swimming pool. This picture was clicked very recently. There's the indoor centrally heated swimming pool which is there in the Indian Military Academy, because Dehradun is a cold place and we used to wait for winters so that we don't have to attend swimming. So Army Chief noted our observation and he says, okay, and this is you have to play all games. So
well fought, red. Blue is the winner.
What I want to leave the thought behind with the young boys and girls who are logged in today: start playing games. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to play troop games. You have to exert yourself, and I don't think you get better lessons about team spirit and group activities unless you play games.
And those who are not playing games, don't get disheartened. You will get enough opportunities, ample opportunities to play there. But yes, the point is that you should play games. You should develop team spirit. It develops team spirit, and also it is good for your health as well, fitness.
Sir. And these are all IMA this thing. So you are exposed to the best of the facilities in the world. And armed forces, they are non-political, absolutely secular in nature, and absolutely merit-based. So you may come from any background. If you have the talent, if you have the merit, you will rise up in the ranks. So this is one organization that I'm proud of that is purely based on merit. This is again on after the finish of a long route march of 45 kilometers. You see the kind of load this gentleman is carrying. So the lesson that I would like to leave behind is that the baggage that we carry in our mind is what is stopping us. So the moment you liberate your mind, everything becomes possible. And the pictures that are going to come now, this is again survival exercise during the camp. So I don't know whether it's upma or halwa, but this
whatever it is, it was the yummiest.
His platoon is going to eat whatever he has made. Yeah. And this is, you can imagine the person standing was the company commander like me. And I told you that most of the training is on ground, and this is how we train our officers, and that is how our officers are the best in the world, because they are being trained by a very highly motivated and dedicated team, and the young men have it in them. So jungle camp I was mentioning, so you are taught survival techniques in the jungle, and snake becomes your friend and not your enemy. These are the pictures. My course mate was there in the commando wing. So I did commando course in 1995. And again, if what IMA teaches you in 1.5 years, commando wing teaches you in 42 days. So this is jumping from a 4-story building. The height of that tower in the middle is around 16.5 meters. And you don't have time to think. The width is just 1 foot. And that is called the confidence walk. All those who are interested in knowing more about this should watch the movie Prahar, where Mr. Nana Patekar is the hero. And
beautiful movie. Must see.
Me, I was a Sikh gentleman till 2014. And behind me, the nearest ridge is Pakistan. This is in Kupwara sector, North Kashmir. And after this photograph, there was firing going on for next 2 days. So these are the stories that one carries from the army. This is after the end of an operation where we killed 12 terrorists, and this is the picture of one of my posts. Farthest corner was my post, and we had early snowfall that year in 95, and we had to leave everything behind. We came back only with the weapons and ammunition and the control stores. So we walked for good about 2 days to reach the base. A lot of boys had to be admitted. This is the picture of the Pakistani post on the glacier. And when we were finished with them, it was just a heap of stones. That is how you become a man. The tip on the far left of this thing, the height is 6021 meters. One of our platoon was staying there, and this was the target practice area for Pakistanis, because this was the only tip which was visible. And on the extreme right, you can see the rope. This rope my hut is tied with this rope. Every day I used to get buried with the snow, and I had to be dug out because my window was on the valley side, so there was no problem. But रोज आप बर्फ में दब जाते हैं, रोज आपको खोद के निकाला जाता है. This is me standing and the same 6021 feature is right behind me. The next previous picture I would like to show you to show again. There in the winter induction, I am at minus 50 degrees Celsius. Next picture, sir. This is plus 53 degrees Celsius. So your human body is capable of undergoing 103 degrees Celsius change in temperature. हमें 1 degree temperature बढ़ जाता है, बुखार हो जाता है. You think of the armed forces soldiers who are deployed, ITBP soldiers who are deployed on these icy heights. You can withstand 100 degrees Celsius change in temperature. That body is so strong. So I would like to just give you a brief into how to join armed forces as a career.
AD,
sir,
before we start this talk,
sir,
I just want to also talk about an NGO which,
sir.
So ladies and gentlemen, Value Talk is also involved with Vastra, which is an NGO working for reducing neonatal mortality. इसकी फाउंडर है लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल डॉक्टर परमिंदर कौर, जो कि वैल्यू टॉक्स टीम पार्ट हैं, हमारी सदस्य हैं, एंड जो कि एक एक्स आर्मी मेडिकल कोर ऑफिसर हैं एंड प्रेजेंटली आर्मी ग्रुप इंश्योरेंस फंड्स के साथ जॉइंट डायरेक्टर डिसेबिलिटी की हैसियत से काम कर रही हैं. हमारे को फाउंडर कैप्टन विपुल चौधरी भी इसमें बहुत एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व हैं, और जो ये वस्त्र एनजीओ है, it has reached so far more than 23,000 mothers in various government hospitals, and बहुत सारे awards इनको मिले हैं, including the founder has received Women's Excellence Achievement Award India 2020, and it has also been listed in the India Book of Records 2020. So, and founder has also received 1000 Women of Asia Award in 2021. तो मेरा आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप वस्त्र को डोनेशन दें. इट इज एलिजिबल फॉर टैक्स डिडक्शन ऑफ 50%, चाहे वो कितनी ही छोटी क्यों ना हो. बूंद बूंद से घड़ा भरता है, और एक ये अच्छा कॉज है जिसको कि मतलब बहुत सराहा जा रहा है सब जगहों से. अगर आप किसी कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में काम करते हैं, आपका कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी CSR फंड के थ्रू इसको मदद करने की कोशिश करें. और मैं चाहूंगा कि हर आदमी, हर हमारा जो श्रोता है, दर्शक है, वो इसको सपोर्ट करें किसी भी तरीके से, चाहे इसको प्रमोट करें, चाहे मॉनेटरीली सपोर्ट करें, बट वी विल सीक योर सपोर्ट. या थैंक यू AD. वी विल जस्ट मूव विद योर दिस थिंग नाउ. लेट्स कम टू द टॉपिक प्रॉपर नाउ. Sure.
Sir, what we'll do is, since we have limited time today, ladies and gentlemen, the entire knowledge is now has been democratized. You have to use internet. Go to the authorized websites of Army, Navy, and Air Force. I have shared and I have requested Colonel Manish to share this presentation also with all the participants. And anybody who wants that can contact Captain Vipul, and I'm sure he will be sharing that. So defense as a career is very satisfying. We just discussed how to join armed forces. There are options after class 12. There are options after.
I'll just come there and then you can.
Sir. So after class 12, you have, even I was not aware that Navy also takes 30 cadets every 6 months. 10+2 technical entry scheme TES, they take 90 candidates every 6 months. And NDA and Naval Academy combined take 400 male cadets, and NDAs will now be accepting 19 women cadets. The number is going to rise. For 10+2 TS and 10+2 BTech entry, writing the IIT mains is mandatory. So you have to have a cutoff of 70% in PCM in class 12, and your rank is mandatory. So generally the cutoff goes up to 85%. So all the students, and if the parents are logged in, you must motivate your children to firstly, I used to think that, okay, having humanities is okay, but if you want to clear NDA and if you want to join the armed forces, especially the Air Force and Navy, physics and maths till class 12th level is mandatory. So if you don't have that, you can't become a pilot. You can't join the executive branch of the Navy. So they are very, very technically sound organization. Army still accepts commerce graduates and arts graduates, but if you want to join the Air Force and Navy through NDA, you have to have a science background. And if you are having a science background, might as well do well, and also plan to write the IIT main exams, JEE main exam, because that rank is counted when you are counted for TAS and 10 plus.
Okay, AD, just a second. I think ये बहुत ही बेसिक वो है, इसमें थोड़ा सा डेलिब्रेट जाते हैं.
सर,
एनडीए जो है नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी है, एंड आईएनए इंडियन नेवल एकेडमी है.
यस सर.
और जो कर्नल अमरदीप बता रहे हैं वो नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी के लिए और आईएनए के लिए आपको एक 12वीं के बाद, आप 12वीं जब आप कर रहे होते हैं तब आपका एक एग्जाम होता है, कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम, और उस कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में आपको क्लियर करना पड़ता है, और उसके बाद आपका इंटरव्यू और मेडिकल, और उसके बाद मेरिट लिस्ट बनती है. उसके लिए आपको आईआईटी की जरूरत नहीं है. एम आई राइट एडी?
Absolutely, sir. IIT is required only for the second and third bullet. Right. That is, if you want to join as an engineer. So right. There is no written exam. So if you have given the IIT exam and you have scored pretty well, might as well also fill the form for technical entry scheme, because no written exam, you are directly called based on a merit, you are called for the interview.
और ये बहुत ही अच्छी स्कीम है, 10+2 टेक्निकल एंट्री स्कीम जो है बहुत ही अच्छी स्कीम है. और क्या कहते हैं इसको, क्योंकि आई गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू कंडक्ट स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट फॉर स्टेट ऑफ हैदराबाद व्हेन आई वाज कमांडिंग. तो इतना ट्रेमेंडस रिस्पांस इस स्कीम को मिल रहा है कि 2-2 किलोमीटर की लाइन लग जाती थी, इतना कॉलेजेस के अंदर इतनी भीड़ होती. तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि कितनी पॉपुलर स्कीम है ये 10+2 टेक्निकल एंट्री स्कीम, इंडियन आर्मी की भी और नेवी के लिए.
यस. So these details they can read, but only thing is they will go to under TS this thing, they will go to Gaya. They will be trained for 1 year, then they will go to CTWs or the cadet training wing. They will be doing the first 3 years of their BTech. They will become an officer and do the final year of engineering as an officer.
तो आप ये यहाँ पे समझने वाली बात ये है, सॉरी एडी, आई कीप
नो प्रॉब्लम सर,
इंटरप्टिंग इन बिटवीन, जो कि फाइनल पॉइंट्स है वो समझाने के लिए कि 10+2 TES जो है, आपने उसके लिए कोई एग्जाम नहीं है. आपने जो आपकी परसेंटेज है 12वीं की और जो आपका आईआईटी का, एम आई राइट प्लीज?
यस.
आईआईटी का जो आपका रैंक है उसके बेस पे आपको,
आईआईटी ओनली मेंस, दे डोंट हैव टू अपीयर फॉर द एडवांस, ओनली द मेंस रैंक.
राइट. सो उसके बेस पे आपको इंटरव्यू कॉल आएगी, और उसके बाद जो है आप, अगर आप सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं तो पहले आप गया जाते हैं ट्रेनिंग के लिए, और CTW कैडेट ट्रेनिंग विंग है जो कि अलग अलग जगहों पर है, पूना में है, अपना
मऊ में है,
सिकंदराबाद में है. तो आप इन तीनों किसी भी एक जगह पे जाते हैं, और उसके बाद जब आप वहां 3 साल का बीटेक करते हैं, और उसके बाद आपको जब आप पास आउट होने वाले होते हैं उस वक्त आपको एक चॉइस दी जाती है कि आप क्या ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं. तो आप अपनी चॉइस दे सकते हैं कि आप इन्फेंट्री ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं या इंजीनियर्स ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं या कौन सी आप वो ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, और उसके हिसाब से फिर डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द वैकेंसीज एंड ऑल आपको आपका वो मिल जाता है, और आप फिर ऑफिसर कमीशन हो जाते हैं. राइट?
यस.
चलिए आगे चलते हैं. ये आई थिंक ये हमने,
यस सर, बीटेक एंट्री इज सेम. Only thing is you become a naval officer through this.
Right.
Now graduate entry is there are 2 types of entries. One is you get permanent commission, then you serve in the army till you retire and you do your mandatory qualifying service for 20 years. And the modes of entry are through NDA. Technical entry scheme also get permanent commission. Combined defense services entry, when they come to IMA, they get permanent commission. There is one university entry scheme what Colonel Kochhar was mentioning, that screening is done at the college level. Then there is technical graduates course. As an engineer, there are a lot of chances to join as a permanent commissioned officer. And army education for men, permanent commission is AEC men. You have done your MSc, you can join as an officer in the education branch of the army. So this is a very satisfying career. A lot of people come to me, sir, I want to become a short service officer. So I tell them, why not go for permanent commission if you meet the eligibility criteria.
ओके. तो एडी, कंबाइंड डिफेंस सर्विसेज के लिए एग्जाम होता है?
कंबाइंड डिफेंस सर्विसेज एंड एनडीए के एग्जाम जो है वो यूपीएससी कंडक्ट करता है सर, एंड जो शॉर्ट सर्विस के लिए है वो भी कंबाइंड डिफेंस सर्विसेज में आपको आईएमए जा सकते हैं या आप एएफए, ओटीए, नेवल एकेडमी जा सकते हैं। ये यूपीएससी के एग्जाम है और इनका रिटन एग्जाम होता है सर।
और एनडीए का एग्जाम जो है वो 12वीं के,
वो भी 12वीं के बाद होता है, यूपीएससी कंडक्ट करता है सर। साल में 2 बार ही होते हैं दोनों एग्जाम। एंड अभी क्या इन्होंने करा है, एनडीए एंड सीडीएस का एग्जाम इज हेल्ड ऑन द सेम डे। So like 4th of April, अभी 4th of September is both the exams will be held on one day only sir.
एंड सीडीएस जो है वो आप ग्रेजुएशन के बाद करते हैं?
ग्रेजुएशन के बाद करते हैं। 3 पेपर होते हैं सर, जनरल स्टडीज, मैथमेटिक्स, एलिमेंट्री मैथ्स एंड इंग्लिश। एंड एनडीए में 2 पेपर होते हैं। वन इज कॉल्ड जनरल एबिलिटी टेस्ट, जीएटी, which has everything other than mathematics, and mathematics is a separate paper.
तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि आप जो है वो, जैसे कि मैंने अपने इंट्रोडक्टरी उसमें बोला था कि आप चाहे स्कूल में हैं या कॉलेज में
सर,
ठीक है, या आप यू आर वर्किंग समवेयर, तो आप टेक्निकल एंट्री में, यूनिवर्सिटी एंट्री स्कीम में, एनडीए में या सीडीएस के थ्रू, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन आप किस स्टेज में हैं, आप उस तरह की एंट्री के थ्रू अपना आर्म फोर्सेस में ऑफिसर कमिश्निंग ले सकते हैं।
What I would like to suggest here to all the aspirants is give yourself 2 years. A lot of people come to me, sir, I have 3 months, please prepare me for NDA. So that is actually a very short-sighted kind of approach. If you're serious about joining the armed forces, so all those whose parents are logged in today, class 10th or 9th is the time to take a call. If you have decided to join after graduation, then you should start preparing from first year itself. Third year is too late to decide for a UPSC exam. There are people who are studying for 4 years and they will be, all exams are merit based. There's no reservation of any kind. So you have to score the cutoff marks yourself. So give yourself time, give yourself entire syllabus has to be divided into 4 revisions. So if you are able to do 4 revisions in 2 years, this will be a very smooth sailing.
And बहुत ही जबरदस्त कंपटीशन है।
5 lakh people are writing the ND exam every 6 months. So 10 lakh people are competing for 800 seats, which is same as civil services, this thing. And civil services based on your written exam and interview, and their reservation in civil services. So you will have a different kind of experience, but here it is purely merit. So 5 lakh people are competing for one this thing on the same platform. That makes the competition much more difficult.
Let's move ahead. So these are the graduate entries. Since we will be sharing the PPT.
Yes, sir.
So,
and what I would request Captain Vupul and you, sir, I don't mind conducting another session in a month's time or week's time, whenever you say so. In case people have specific queries, we can take them offline, and they can certainly write a mail to you or message you, and we can conduct a session for a smaller group also.
बिल्कुल, and हम एक छोटा सा अभी question answer session भी करेंगे.
Yes, sir.
So
these are all repetitive, sir, so this will not repeat that.
Right. एक चीज, हाँ, ये एनसीसी सी सर्टिफिकेट के बारे में बताएं जरा।
अब जब आप कॉलेज जाते हैं, so there is an option given to the students in case the NCC is there. So I will insist that all of you should join NCC. First is you get to wear uniform, you get to interact with the armed forces personnel, you get to lead a very disciplined life. And NCC C certificate, if you have done your minimum 2 or 3 years as in the senior division or wing of NCC, and you clear your C certificate exam with minimum B grade. Also, you have to score minimum 50% in your graduation. Then you don't have to write the CDS exam. You are directly called for the interview. The vacancies for the men every 6 months are 50, and women is between 5 and 6. So the vacancies are there. But why not take avail this opportunity? That is my this thing. What students in the college generally do, they take it easy. They say, okay, let's travel around, let's do other things. So I would then suggest to them that please take your college life seriously, make your career, and the entire life is then you can enjoy and you can contribute to the nation.
Yeah.
If you now miss the train, and if you are more than 25 years, so territorial army is one of the options, very good option. And you can get the privilege of wearing uniform and be an officer. And the upper age limit for TA is 42 years. So there's a whole lot of time. 42 years.
Oh.
And अभी 2 और करेंगे सर. इसमें you have to be a graduate. You have to
clear the आप ये बताएं 42 years जो हैं वो ये टेरिटोरियल आर्मी में लेडीज भी जा सकती हैं?
Now, last year, they have permitted the ladies also to join the TA as officers.
Very.
So it's a very good option. You may be a banker, you may be a civil servant, you may be anything. But if you want to wear uniform, TA is one of a very, very powerful and very good options.
Right. So, Mrs. परमार, अगर आप हैं इस सेशन में तो आई थिंक ये भी एक ऑप्शन हो सकती है आपके लिए. आप मिसेस परमार ने एक मैसेज भेजा था मुझे कि वो कैसे ज्वाइन कर सकती हैं. ओके, सो
And TA is not only in the army. There are departmental TAs. Railway has got, ONGC has got a TA because they need disciplined force to take care of all these things.
Right.
So TA battalions and Eco Task Forces have done a great job, sir. I stayed with Eco Task Force in near Shimla, and those people in last 3 years have planted 10 lakh trees. So what they are doing to change the face of the earth is tremendous. I think the entire nation owes it to those TA boys who are planting lakhs and lakhs of trees in a year.
Yeah, I have also been involved in raising of a TA battalion in Jammu and Kashmir as part of, I was Jeevan Ops in Victor Force.
Sir.
So they have done a tremendous job.
Sir.
Okay. So
now these are the railway TAs. So 18 to 42 years, male and female both. You have to be graduate from a recognized university, and you have to clear the written exam. And a very simple interview is taken. It is not as complicated as SSB, but TA is a good option if you want to have the privilege of wearing the uniform. Now, APS and RVC, this is Remount and Veterinary Corps. Certainly here, APS is Army Postal Service, RVC is Remount and Veterinary Corps, where you can join as a doctor. So you have to be a Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry. Training is just 3 months, and you can apply up to 42 years of age. So generally people are not aware that they think that I'm 25 years and now
right.
all the options are closed.
Absolutely.
Army Postal Service, the vacancies will be 1 or 2. And you only have to be matric pass. You can still join Army Postal Service as an officer, and the upper age limit is 45 years. All that you need to do is go to the Indian Army website, wait for the notification. The moment notification comes, and you apply for that. Similarly, Army Medical Corps, there are quartermasters which are non-technical. So again, the age limit is 42 years. Educational qualification minimum metric. Training duration just 3 months, and you become an officer in the armed forces just by having metric as the minimum qualification, and you can apply right up to 42 years of age. Now, women, I will narrate an incident. When I de-inducted from Siachen Glacier, the flight took off from Partapur. I immediately went off to sleep in that AN-32. And when it landed, I didn't even come to know when the aircraft had landed at Chandigarh. And I was surprised that the entire crew was lady officers. The pilot, co-pilot, and the navigator, all three. So I complimented them. I said, this is, I think, the smoothest landing I've ever had in a Airforce aircraft. Otherwise, sometimes you have a very rough kind of landing. So women are doing everything that is there.
Tremendous job.
In the Air Force also, they have been inducted as fighter pilots. The number is absolutely low, but it doesn't matter. We are moving in the right direction. So direction is important. And women are competing shoulder to shoulder with the men, and that is the right way to join the forces. And they have been there, and they are going to be there in more numbers. So I wish all the women who are aspiring to join the defense forces, you have it in you, and it is just now the time is to prove it.
Yeah, the time is really ripe. The NDA is open to
Sir, RIMC, Sanic School, Military School, National Defense Academy, Air Force Academy, Naval Academy, everything is now open to women. So
it's a level field now.
Yes.
And I'm sure that girls are going to do much, much better.
So why I've written, when I prepared this presentation, that time NDA mein girls were not permitted. But when I took this presentation for a college, so I wrote NDA was not there. Now I have marked that NDA also will be taking the girl cadets from this term onwards.
Right.
And they are going to stay in the same squadron, sir. No separate squadron has been prepared for them. They'll be dining in the same mess. They'll be doing PT with the male cadets. Everything is going to be the same. They are going to give the same PT test, sir. In case they fail, they fail.
I think Yeah, we'll just. I think this is a pay band is a little complex thing.
Sir, what I want to insist that uh, when you join the armed forces, you don't join the armed forces to earn money. The respect that you command, the job satisfaction that you draw cannot be actually quantified. But armed forces do give you a very decent salary to lead a very satisfying kind of life. Certainly, you can't be buying BMW and Ferrari and Mercedes with this pay, but you can buy a decent four-wheeler. You can construct your own house. Army gives you subsidized loans and all this, and this salary is not bad. That is how I would like to look at it, because we are the only organization left now in the country which is going on the previous pension model. All other government departments have switched over to NPS. So pension is not guaranteed. So armed forces, they give you a very good life, very challenging career, and you are facing life and death situation, and you are handsomely compensated. I have served for 25 years. You have served for more time than me, and there are no cribs at all as far as the pay package is concerned.
Yeah, I agree. As far as pay package is concerned, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, there is no this thing. I think you should not think twice. This should not be a concern at all. And there are a lot of other perks. I think we'll take the question answers instead of this.
Yes, sir.
Right? Leave is also you get. It's a very liberalized
substantial amount of leave. 80 days in a 80-day leave for officers and 90 for soldiers. So I don't think any organization in the world is giving you 3 months of leave in a year.
though I would say that you have to earn that leave.
Absolutely.
You know? It's a leave is not a right, it's a privilege in army or I mean the armed forces. So you have to earn. If you work very hard and all this that, you are good in your job. Nobody is denying you leave, but at the same time, you got to earn it.
One thing that I would like to point out, sir, that when you join the army as an officer, a lot of people think that this is the culmination of my entire dream and career. I would like to insist that once you join as an officer, that is the time your life starts. You must continue to do well, because you will rise in the ranks only based on your merit. So anybody who thinks that, okay, I will take it easy once I become an officer and I'll not work. So we don't need those kind of people, and SSBs as it is going to reject you. Now, Colonel Kochhar had mentioned that we must discuss options for widows. A lot of options are there. There are 2 seats in OTA every this thing, where the widows of the martyred soldiers and officers, they are treated alike. They have to compete. So they have to clear the SSB, and they are trained in OTA and they become officers. So again, age relaxation is there. You may be married, you may have children. Again, that thing is not looked at. And there is an age barrier. Uske liye bhi koi discussion chal raha hai. But you have reservation of seats in wards in the military school. You have pension benefits. You are decently, handsomely compensated. Medical and travel concessions are there. And Armed Forces Institute, a lot of Armed Forces, fashion design, hotel management institutes have come up in and around Delhi and various places. So there is a reservation of seats for the wards of the war widows. So in case you come across war widows in your area around you, you have to take time to get them educated. There is a district welfare office, Jila Sainik Kalyan Board bolte hain. You must guide the war widows and their wards to the district soldier welfare officer, and they will apprise you of all these schemes.
Right.
So these are the sites. There is one more site. Territorial Army has got a separate site. You can go and get entire information that we have spoken about is there on the websites.
Right. We'll take on the questions, if any. Just a second.
What we can do, sir, participants can raise hands and then you can nominate.
Yeah, they will.
Yes.
That's how they will do. So anybody having any questions? Okay.
There is one gentleman called Adhiraj. Adhiraj, you can ask your question.
I'm a professional shooter and international trainer in Indian shooting team right now.
Okay.
And just wanted to ask that in TA, क्या sportsmen के लिए कुछ अलग facilities या sportsmen किस तरीके से TA join कर सकते हैं? थोड़ा सा आप अगर उस पे
अधिराज जी, what you have to do is आप अभी TA की साइट पे जाएंगे तो अगस्त में I think the written exam is going to take place. You join through the normal channels. And during the interview, once they realize that you have a special talent, you can certainly be given the choice of joining the army or joining the TA as a regular officer, and certainly you will find your way into the army marksmanship unit. And very soon we will have the privilege of you training the army shooters also. But the selection process, you have to clear the written exam. There is no direct quota for recruitment of officers on the base of sportsman or any other such talent.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank
Clear?
you so much.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, Lakshmi Shweta.
Hi, sir. My name is Ram. So, I
Yeah.
just want to ask you, I am an equestrian. So, can I go to army and also pursue my dreams to go for nationals?
Why not? I will give you a small story. I and Captain Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, now Colonel Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, we did the same VIOS course. And on the last day of the VIOS course, he said there's an exam or test being taken in the Army Marksmanship Unit. He got selected, and 12 years down the line, he was an Olympic silver medalist. Similarly, if you are a paratrooper, if you are a rider, if you are a sportsman, you will find your way to the top if you join army in any way. Infantry, armored, ASC, or whole lot of options are there for you to pursue your hobby as well as your career.
Yeah, लक्ष्मी राज्यवर्धन सिंह राठौर इज वन एग्जांपल. वो मेरे बैचमेट हैं. फिर ईशो सिंह थापा, ही हैज स्केल्ड 2 times, ही हैज स्केल्ड एवरेस्ट. यू नो, अगेन मेरे बैचमेट हैं. तो यू गेट एनफ अपॉर्चुनिटी.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, Aratrika Pasham.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ratrika, please ask.
So, what is the most challenging case or exciting case or problem that you have faced while you were in army?
Okay. Challenging case is, I said, when you are deployed in field, you are commanding troops, and there are challenges every day. The most very strange day in my life has been 20th April 1996. It was my brother's birthday, and that is also the day I lost my company commander. And he died. We killed that picture that I showed. We killed 12 terrorists on that in that operation. But I lost my company commander. I was 26 years old, and I took 2.5 hours to get the pieces of his head together in a polybag, and we had to take it to the hospital and get them this thing. So these kind of experiences you come across so many times in life, but that thing stays even till my last breath. That incident, that memory will be so fresh. And when we started firing on Pakistan in Siachen Glacier, he was right on top of my head. I didn't know what battle I was getting into. And next 3 months, the thing that concerned me was I may die myself or my soldiers may get harmed because of my decision. But then it is the when we walk into the war, all these things are then they take a secondary seat, and sorting out the enemy becomes your primary concern. So this is one incident that I thought I'll share with you.
Okay, anybody else having any question?
Sambram Nagoda, please ask your question.
Yes, sir. Jain, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening to you. I'm Sambram. I just finished my 12th grade, and I have cleared the NDA written exam twice, sir. I almost cleared it. I've
Okay.
lost by 2-3 marks each time,
Mhm.
and this time I'm confident I'll get through. But
Okay.
my actual question is, what are some tips of yours for clearing SSB?
Okay, what I'll do is I will not. I have recorded a podcast. I will share it with Captain Vipul, and Captain Vipul, I would request him to share it with you or in Value Talks. So I have a podcast channel called Supercast by Colonel Lady. So there you will find all the answers. It is going to. It's not a question that can be answered in just 2 minutes or so. So I will. I hope that is okay. Quite okay with you, Samram?
Yeah, sir. No problem.
And
Thank you.
Sambram, we will have another session for on this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Keep. I hope you have joined Value Talks. So keep track of it. We will release. We'll shortly plan this.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ratrika Pasham.
She has asked.
She has asked
already
a
spoken.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akshay.
Akshay and Ashutosh. Yeah.
Yeah, please ask.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Akshay, please tell me.
Sir, I am a student of diploma in Thrissur Tyagaraja Polytechnic College.
Okay.
I am first year student, and I am
Mhm.
in. Sir, how can I join Indian Army after my graduation in 3 years of?
So you have to write the TDS exam, or you have to appear for FCAT or INET. That is the non-UPS exams of Navy and Airforce and Navy. And if you happen to complete your BTech degree of 4 years, and then you can directly go for the SSB interview, provided you have scored 60% in your graduation in the engineering, whatever stream you are following.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes? Okay.
Uh,
Ashutosh.
Yeah, hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah, Ashutosh, please.
Sir, actually, my main problem is my both the toes are touching. My means so is that a problem? Because I have applied, I have given the NDA exam once, and my two
Yeah.
brothers is serving in army right now. So
Okay.
they all both are juniors to me. I'm the elder one. So is it
Okay.
a problem to
See,
have this like?
I'm firstly, I'm not a doctor. You need to consult the army doctor. So the recommended strategy is you get your feet X-rayed and you click the photographs and tell your brother to refer to the nearest military doctor that they come across. They will give you the most credible advice. Sitting here, I can't be commenting on the thing that I don't know of, but certainly you need to meet an army doctor because they are the right people to advise you on that. And since you have said your brothers are in the army, make use of them. And if you can't find an army doctor, then you please speak with Captain Vipul. I have few
so we
doctors.
will get you the answer. Don't worry, Akshay. We will get you the answer.
One more small question, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working in sales for medical equipment. So, is there any criteria like or any advantage I will get in army?
See, if you're working, certainly the interviewing officer in the SSB is going to take a very good and lenient view because you're a person who has not given up and he's working. You're standing on your own feet. So these qualities of a person are viewed positively during the SSB.
Thank you very much, sir.
Akshay, you can, you give your details on the Telegram channel. Okay.
Ashutosh, yes, sir.
Ashutosh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
So you give your details on the Telegram channel and write down what the answer you are looking for. Okay, your question, and we will try and get you the answer. Don't worry.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, Muskan.
Jai Hind, sir.
Yes, Muskan.
Sir, I am an NCC cadet in the Uttarakhand Directorate.
Okay, great.
Sir, and many a times in our interviews, we have been asked a question that what if you don't get selected in the Indian Army? Like, do you have a plan B? So, sir, I want to ask that how to answer such questions, or is it bad to have a backup plan?
No, you tell me what's your plan B. I'll ask you the same question. It is, you should not only have a plan B, you should also have a plan C. What is the harm in planning?
Sir, because once I was given a situation when I was up for my YP interview, and they gave me a situation that this is your last attempt for your CDS exam, and if you get rejected, what will you do, or do you have a plan B, something like that?
You
So,
say
sir,
I'll pursue my studies, I'll become an academic, and at the same time I'll keep trying for territorial army because there the upper age limit is 42 years. So these are all. That is why Colonel Manish and Captain Vipul, they insisted that I cover all other options which are available to join the armed forces. So you say, sir, wearing the uniform is my dream. If I get rejected, doesn't matter. Not everybody gets selected. I have a plan B. I have an alternate career plan. But at the same time, I don't want to let go of my dream of wearing uniform. So if not, I will join. When I join the college, I'll join as ANO, and you become an NCC officer, and you can become a TA officer. So I
And
think,
also, Muskan, you see, this is a interview question. You know, all they are judging you how passionate you are, and this and that. It all depends. So even if you have a plan B, it doesn't matter. And your plan B You can always say that if I'm not able to join army or armed forces, then I would try and join something which is contributing towards armed forces. I mean,
Yes.
so, but at the same time, keep your focus on, if you are an NCC cadet, as Colonel Amardeep has already given detailed this thing, what you should do in NCC.
Yes, sir.
NCC certificate, try and get that NCC certificate.
Yes, sir.
And sky is the limit thereafter.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Anybody else who having any question?
Kritika Govindu.
Okay.
Kritika Govindu.
Jai Hind, sir.
Yes, Kritika, please ask.
Yes, sir. So, if we get an NCC certificate, can we get into army?
If you clear NCCC certificate, there is a chance that is given to you to join under the special NCC entry scheme. There the seats for the women are just 5 every 6 months. Otherwise, you should be writing the CDS exam for OTA. You should be writing the FCAT exam for Airforce, and you should be writing the INET exam for Navy. So don't just bank on the NCC entry only because the seats are very less. If you join the and if you keep the options open for the CDS and other exams, then the number of seats is quite high in these exams. So you can join the army through direct as a special entry or through the normal channel.
Thank you, sir.
AD, I'm overwhelmed by the response we are getting from the girls, you know.
Yes, sir. Sir. It's a privilege to answer and talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pankurit Tiwari.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, Pankuri.
Sir, I have just now completed my graduation in zoology, and I'll be turning 24 this month, and I also have a C certificate with A grade. So, sir, I wanted to know, how do I join the armed forces now, because I'm a zoology student.
You have to contact the NCC battalion. They will process your application for NCC entry. And if you have the age criteria, if you meet the age criteria, then you should be writing the CDS exam, that is in September. The CDS exam, I think the dates are already over to fill the form, but certainly you should go to a battalion and ask them that you want to apply for this thing, because that NCC entry has just been announced and a lot of people are contacting me for SSB training and all that. So your battalion has to process your application from where you have appeared for the exam and got your certificate.
Okay, thank you, sir.
My request to all the participants who have been asking questions, join the Telegram channel. The link is given in the chat box, and we will try and arrange in collaboration with Colonel Amardeep. We'll also get somebody from NCC Directorate to answer especially these queries, you know, which are related to NCC certificate and all, and how to go about it.
Sir, it is on the Indian Army website. The
Right,
notification for
everything,
NCC,
right. But
you
the
just have
thing
to
is,
get the notification down. Yes, sir.
no, that is fine, AD. But what you can get from the horse's mouth is a different thing altogether.
Sir.
Right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
You can take one last question, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bhumi Jan.
She's the lucky one. Fastest finger first. Yeah. Yeah, Bhumi, please ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Bhumi Jain. I'm an NCC cadet, and I wanted to ask, how can I join the Ecological Task Force?
Okay, Ecological Task Force is part of the Territorial Army. So you have to write the TA exam. You go to the Territorial Army website. The notification has come just 2 days back, and they'll be holding the written exam in the month of September. The application will be opened, I think, on 1st of July. They have started accepting the application. Fill the application and write the exam. When you're there for the interview, you let them know that you want to join the Eco Task Force. If you are, if they find you fit, and if you have cleared the exam, I don't see any reason why you can't join the Eco Task Force. Yeah, but you have to do that homework here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to close this session. Before we close this session, thank you, Amar. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much for this, sparing your time and giving real good knowledge to all our aspiring Army officers or Armed Forces officers, Air Force, Navy. And it's been a wonderful, talking to you. And we will soon get Colonel Amardeep again on this value talks to, go into little deeper into all these aspects. I also take this opportunity to thank all those who have spared their time and, on this weekend and joined us. Do join our Value Talk Telegram channel. We'll be releasing detailed document and all the related links, as well as Colonel Amardeep's presentation. We'll be sharing it on the Value Talk Telegrams, and it will be definitely beneficial to all those who are aspiring to make a career in armed forces as an officer. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Amardeep, once again for joining us. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, and Jai Hind.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on